station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And tonight on DC News Now at 5, an investigation is underway after a box truck overturned. What police are saying tonight?
I have never, ever in the history of being a Washingtonian seen nothing like this before in my life.
Guests, some residents are concerned for their health as their apartment complex is dealing with an infestation. We'll take you inside to see firsthand what they're living with.
Also new tonight, the Fed yet again raising interest rates. What consumers should know about stretching their dollar. That's ahead.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. Tonight we start with breaking news in DC. A box truck overturned on 19th Street and Virginia Avenue in Northwest. DC Fire and EMS say that one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Fire officials first received reports of someone trapped. However, they did not find anyone. A hazmat unit remains on scene at this hour, and we have a reporter headed to the location and will continue to follow this breaking news. More breaking news. What started as a call for a fire in an apartment building in Hyattsville has turned into a death investigation. It's all unfolding in the 6100 block of 42nd Avenue. Police on the scene say that one person was found dead inside. At this hour, the cause of the death is unknown. We have a crew also headed to that scene right now. We'll bring you live updates as soon as they come into the newsroom. Well, only on DC News Now, renters in Northeast DC are dealing with an infestation of mice. People who live there say it's compromising their health. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg saw the problem firsthand at Dahlgreen Court Apartments in Brooklyn. And Daniel, tenants there tell you that this problem is only getting worse?
Well, Mark, before we get any further, we want to warn you that some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing to some viewers. The conditions I saw inside were disgusting, to put it mildly, and people inside are begging for help.
Oh! Right there. Ah! Oh my God! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry.
A mouse near trash cans isn't out of the ordinary to see in D.C., but it is inside an apartment building.
Everybody put trash on the floor because they don't have enough container.
This is the trash room on Monday. Tuesday, it was cleared out, but we saw 2 holes in the wall.
They're in the walls and they are also in the duct system. So when you turn on your air and you turn on your heat, you know, all of the feces and urine that's inside of the duct systems will blow throughout the units.
Away from his apartment for just 3 days, mouse droppings covered Dante Waters' counters.
It's all over my sofa, you know what I mean? I find feces on my pillows, all in the windowsill, all on the floor.
The tenants actually sued and settled with the management company in 2018.
Getting money is not as important as getting your own health back.
The owner of the building sent us a statement saying they recently did a deep cleaning and extermination and said their pest control company has been consistently performing treatments on a regular basis.
What I want to happen is for them to get rid of the mice, fix all the violations that's in each unit in the building, and especially the HVAC.
We're going to have you accountable for what you're supposed to be accountable for.
Now, I sent Waters that statement the company gave me, and he tells me an exterminator has only visited his apartment twice in the last 2 years. A spokesperson for the Office of Attorney General says their office has received complaints about the property, and they are following up on those complaints. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Developing now in Atlanta, Georgia, police say that one person is dead, 4 others injured after a shooter opened fire at a medical facility. Investigators say that right now, the gunman remains on the run. Here's what we know so far. It happened this afternoon in the Midland neighborhood in downtown Atlanta. Police say that suspected gunman, 24-year-old Dion Patterson, entered the Northside Medical Facility and started shooting. Hours after the shooting, Patterson stole a car a couple of blocks away from the shooting and left before police arrived. 39-year-old woman was pronounced dead at the scene. 4 other victims were also women, were taken to local hospitals be treated. Atlanta police gave an update on the incident.
So that you know that we are dealing with someone that is armed and dangerous. This is a deadly situation. This individual has just indeed conducted an act that we want to make sure that you know that if you see him, do not approach, that you are to call 911.
And police say that no other shots have been fired in the area. This is an active situation. We will keep you updated on air and online on dcnewsnow.com. Well, taking a live look outside in Hagerstown tonight, where we had another cloudy day with some spotty showers. Temperatures in the areas in the DMV were in the mid to upper 50s. Let's head over now to meteorologist Damon Madsen with the check on the forecast. And Damon, tomorrow, is it looking a little nicer than today?
Well, Mark, it's finally going to start to improve as we get toward the very end here of the week, no doubt. And yeah, we've been enjoying some breaks in the cloud cover like we're getting right now in D.C. That has become a little bit more common, but still, again, those clouds have been tough to get rid of as this pesky storm system continues to spin away just off to our north. Now, it has continued to slide a little bit more to the east throughout the day. The center of this storm will eventually be off the Atlantic coast by the end of the night tonight. But in the meantime, still those clouds and yes, those showers passing across parts of the DMV. There you go. We got a good amount of shower coverage going on out there this evening. The primary batch of rain showers is focused right along the I-81 corridor between Martinsburg and Hagerstown, and then following down I-270 through Frederick into parts of Montgomery County. Really, it's the South Mountain corridor dealing with most of the rainfall at this current moment. So we will continue to see these showers on and off for the next few hours. It wouldn't be surprising if we do get a rumble of thunder out of these showers as well as things continue to advance along. But we will also hold on to the clouds, the chilly temperatures as we go into the night tonight. But tomorrow begins that improvement to our weather conditions. How much warmer are we expecting to get, and what is that weekend forecast beginning to look like? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. New tonight, an arrest after a chaotic night in Fairfax County's Fairhaven community. First, police say that 19-year-old Malik Kamara held up a victim on Furman Lane, stealing his keys and wallet. Then, as police searched the area, a second person told officers the same man held him up at gunpoint, forced him to drive him away, and then kicked him out of the car. Police say they found the victim's stolen BMW a short time later, and Kamara jumped out and ran away, armed with a pistol on your screen. He was eventually captured. Kamara is facing robbery, carjacking, and firearm charges. He's being held without bond. Well, new tonight, FDA regulators have approved the first ever vaccine to prevent the respiratory virus RSV. The new vaccine, Arexvy, marks a significant turning point in the fight to protect vulnerable people against the illness. On healthy adults and older children, the virus typically causes mild cold-like symptoms that go away with rest and self-care. RSV circulation is seasonal, typically starting in the fall. And Arexvy is expected to be available before the start of the next RSV season. Well, new tonight, the Federal Reserve voted to raise interest rates once again, the third time this year. And while they claim it's to keep fighting inflation, the cost to take out loans keeps getting more expensive. DC News Now's consumer reporter Ben Dennis joins us live in the newsroom to break down the news. And Ben, you've found ways consumers can stretch their dollar too.
That's right, Mark. Good evening. Well, it's only going to get more expensive to borrow money because of this decision to raise interest rates yet again. We're talking student loans, car loans, mortgages, and even late credit card payments. They all could get more expensive. And as you'd mentioned, those concerns continue to grow about fears over a possible recession. And today, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that interest rates will go up another 0.25 percentage points, meaning the base rate is now between 5 and 5.25%. And while the Fed said back in March that this very threshold would be when they expect to stop raising interest rates, nothing on the record today. It's unclear if they will continue to rise next month. Here's how another rate hike could impact consumers. The annual percentage rate, APR, on credit cards might increase 0.25%. That matters for people carrying a balance. And lately, some mid-size and smaller banks have increased rates on savings accounts. That, however, is good long term. And mortgages, they already agreed that they won't be already agreed to mortgages won't be impacted, but those in the market could be paying more. And federal student loans currently involve interest rates between 5 and 7.5%. But note, the pause on payments continues into the summer months. And further stretching your dollar, if you carry a credit card balance, consumers can consider transferring the debt to another card with a 0% interest rate or lower interest rate, depending on your credit score. And as it comes to potential home buyers, shopping around for the lowest rates available right now and locking them in could help down the road if the Fed decides to raise rates yet again. Stretching your dollar from the newsroom, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
All right, Ben, thank you. And later on DC News Now at 5, we will hear from lawmakers on Capitol Hill as they react to the latest interest rate hike. Well, happening tonight, leaders in Prince William County are expected to vote on putting metal detectors in schools. Board members have been debating whether to add them to the entrances and exits at high schools. The conversation sparked after a 6-year-old shot a teacher at an elementary school in Newport News earlier this year. Well, if the board votes in favor of funding the project, the metal detectors will be installed before the start of the next school year. Well, West Virginians are now able to take home more of their money as the state's big tax cut law is now in effect. People who collect and pay a paycheck in West Virginia will now pay 21% less in state income taxes as they did a year ago. And that could pump up a lot of money into the state's businesses and economy. The new tax tables were recently sent out to businesses, and so the cuts are now in effect. And since the tax cuts are retroactive to January 1st, most people will have overpaid for this year but will be refunded in 2024. In all, $595 million will be given back to taxpayers this year, and it's predicted that that will have a huge economic impact.
Well, the reality of the whole thing is all of us, I don't care who it is, all of us, when we have more money, we spend more money. And as we spend money, it becomes a multiplier effect.
Well, the governor and many legislators want to cut the taxes another 10% in each of the next 2 years, but they will have to evaluate the state of the economy when they return for the next legislative session in January.
I'm very proud to sign legislation that will protect access to abortion.
As long as we're in office, Maryland will be a safe haven for reproductive rights.
Well, Maryland Governor Wes Moore has now signed the Reproductive Health Protection Act, protecting the right to reproductive freedoms in the state. Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller also addressing the signing. The bill would establish that every person has the fundamental right to reproductive freedom, like birth control and abortions, and prohibits the state from denying that right. Well, Governor Moore also signed several other bills today, including one regarding transgender equity and another regarding cannabis. The Trans Health Equity Act expands the number of gender-affirming procedures that are covered by Maryland's Medicaid program. That starts January 1st. The cannabis legislation will create licensing and tax rates to open a recreational marijuana market on July 1st. Existing medical marijuana dispensaries will also be able to sell recreational marijuana.